Hi everyone, this is Sumanth. In this video, I'm gonna talk about what are the top 5 technologies in 2022. So number 5, IoT. So IoT in the sense Internet of Things. So IoT means connecting all the devices to internet and monitoring them remotely. So if you just take an AC or let's say washing machine or let's say any other devices which we generally use in home, right? When we just connect to that and internet, we can able to store all the data in a cloud and we can able to monitor the data, like whether what's happening on the device. So we can just monitor it remotely instead of going there, and instead of monitoring that, we can just monitor using the cloud. So that's IoT. And according to the reports, in 2021 there are around 13.8 billion devices which are connected to IoT, and in the future, like in the future in 2025, it's gonna rise around 30.9 billion devices, right? So you can see the growth from 13.8 to 30.9 billion devices. So definitely IoT has a vast growth in the future. So at number 4 we have cyber security. So what is an cyber attack? It is an attempt by hackers to attack or destroy the computer network. So they're gonna destroy this, they're gonna hack those networks, so and they can just store the data which is present in that network. So that's the cyber attack. So if we just take an example, in the past in May 2021 we have a cyber attack on Colonial Pipeline. So it's an oil company in US. There is a cyber attack on that company and they just stole the data in that company. So it just cost them around $2 million to recover that. So similarly, there are a lot of cyber attacks going on in the world. Even we have seen the news in the previously, like Twitter account of Narendra Modi also has been hacked. So they just asked Bitcoin in exchange to recover that Twitter account. So similarly, there are a lot of attacks is happening, and cyber attacks in 2021 has increased around 17% from 2020. So you can see how vast this cyber attacks has been increasing. So in order to solve this, we just want to adapt cyber security. So cyber security is nothing but protecting the computer networks from the attacks of hackers. So that's cyber security. And the companies which are working towards this cyber security are Cisco, Microsoft and McAfee. So these are the top companies which are just working on this field. So in 2020, the market size of cybersecurity is around $183 billion. It's going to increase to around $539 billion around in 2030. So you can see the growth from $183 billion to $539 billion. So there is a lot of scope in cybersecurity also. And at number 3 we have blockchain. So in simple words, if I just want to explain blockchain, it is a system of recording information. So in such a way, it is difficult or impossible to manipulate the data or cheat the system. So that's blockchain. So the advantages of blockchain is it can just able to speed up the data processing, advances the security in transactions, and also it will just reduce the transaction costs. So these are the advantages of this blockchain. So some of the companies which are just working in this blockchain are Microsoft, Amazon, PayPal, Alibaba. So these are the companies which are just adapting the blockchain technology and just they're just modifying the technology and implementing in all the applications. So if you just see the market cap of this blockchain, it's around $4.9 billion in 2021, and it's gonna rise around $67 billion around 2026. So you can see even in blockchain there is a huge scope. So, and at number 2 we have cloud services like cloud computing. So this is also a booming technology in the future. So what is cloud technology means? So this is nothing but storing the data or information in cloud, right? Instead of storing that in the hardware, we will just store all the data in the cloud, so that if you just want to access it, whether it may be like an hardware, or whether it can be any software, or it can be any games, or it can be whatever it may be, we will just store all the things in the cloud so that anyone can access that from anywhere in the world if you have internet. So through internet we can just able to access this data wherever you are in the world. So that's this cloud computing. So even this has a huge potential in the future. And Some of the companies which are just working towards this cloud computing are Netflix, Instagram, like this Instagram in the sense like Facebook, right, Meta, and also Apple. So these are the companies which are just working towards this cloud computing. So the market size of cloud computing is around $440 billion in 2021. It's gonna rise to $940 billion in 2026. So even cloud computing is a booming technology, and not only in I just said, right, the few companies, not only those companies, every company is trying to include cloud computing. So yeah, that's the cloud computing. And at number one we have artificial intelligence. So AI is nothing but making the machines smarter. So we have the capability of thinking, we can take our own decisions. So in the same sense, we are just making the machines to make their own decisions. So whether it may be like an self-driving car, where it used to detect what the cars present in front of it, and it automatically adopts that situation, and it automatically reduces the speed, and it automatically performs according to that. So it's one kind of an application. So if you just take different robots which we are just currently having. So even all these technologies, all these things are possible through AI. So not only these big kind of applications, even in every field, let's take in healthcare, or let's say fintech or edtech, or all the departments, all the fields are currently, they are just trying to adopt this AI. So in a way they can just able to reduce the cost of or present solutions what they have. So through AI they are just making improvements on top of the technologies what they have currently. So yeah, so we can able to indulge in every field. So that's AI. So according to the reports, the market cap of AI is around $94 billion around as of 2021. It's gonna rise to around 1 trillion by 2028. So you can see how much. So that's huge, right? And some of the companies which are just working on this AI is artificial intelligence is Facebook, Google, Apple, Microsoft, all this, and Tesla. So all these companies are just working towards creating an AI applications. And not only these companies, every company, if you can see, they are just involving AI to make better solutions and better products. So yeah, these are top 5 technologies which are gonna rise in 2022. So what's the technology which you feel is gonna rise in the future? So just comment down below. And yeah, so I have already, if you just want to know more about AI and what's the fields, like what's machine learning, what's deep learning, I have already created a video, so you can just watch this here. And yeah, with that I will just see you all in the next video, and take care, and thanks for watching.